Radio Citizen, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli.
You probably know that voice. If you have listened to Kenya radio for years, there's a good chance you've heard it hundreds, maybe thousands of times. But here is the thing. If the man behind that voice walked past you on the street today, you probably will not recognize him. And that is strange, because you have seen his face somewhere else, maybe on your TV screen or on Netflix. You just did not know it was him. But before we reveal exactly who the man is, there's another Radio Citizen sound you need to hear.
Je, ulisikiliza Jambo Kenya?
That voice too. Same man. And here is something else. That same man is the father of a famous Kenyan musician. So stick around. By the end of this video, we are going to reveal exactly who this man is and who his daughter is. You will also discover the surprising places you've seen him without ever knowing it. Turn on Radio Citizen at any hour of the day, and sooner or later, you will hear it.
Radio Citizen, Radio #1, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli.
That deep, unmistakable voice, the one that closes every ad break, the one that ushers in the news. For over 2 decades, it has been the sound of Kenya's leading Swahili station, heard by millions year after year. And yet, almost nobody knows the man behind it. Here is the twist. That phrase is not even his only claim to fame. Remember this one?
Kikao cha Jambo Kenya. Ulingo maalum wa kuchambua masuala tata nchini.
That dramatic high energy intro that kicks off Radio Citizen flagship morning show, Jambo Kenya. That is him too. And this classic line you have probably heard 1,000 times without a second thought.
Hili ni jarida la Radio Citizen.
Same voice, same man. 3 of the most iconic sounds in Kenya radio, all coming from one person. His name is Abel Amunga.
Courtesy of Citizen Radio, radio #1, I usually say something like,
Radio Citizen, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli.
And before we go any further, here is something that will surprise you even more. Amunga is the father of one of Kenya's most beloved gospel musicians. We will reveal exactly who later in this video. But right now, there's a bigger mystery worth solving. Because Abel Amunga was never trained as a broadcaster. He never sat in a media class. So how does a man with no training and no connections become the literal sound of Radio Citizen? The answer starts somewhere you will never expect.
Limekuwa ni jarida la Radio Citizen, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli. Radio Citizen, Radio #1.
Before Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli became a household phrase, Abel Amunga was just a man behind a counter, selling motor vehicle spares in Nairobi. But one particular customer kept coming back, again and again. And it was not just for the car parts. Every time Amunga spoke, the man would stop and stare, then say it, almost every single time. Hey, you have a radio voice. Amunga laughed it off. He had no background in media. To him, it was just his voice, nothing special. But the customer was not joking. And what he proposed next would change Amunga's life forever, pulling him out of that spare parts shop and into a world he never planned for. What was the offer? And why did Amunga, a man with zero broadcasting experience, say yes?
And every time I would sell stuff for him, he would say, hey, uko na sauti mzuri, umeshajaribu radio? I'm like, no, I've never tried radio. So it went on and on.
It turned out that the customer was launching a Christian television and radio program. And he wanted Amunga, untrained, unpolished, but very gifted. Amunga hesitated. He had no experience. The man's response was simple. Come and learn on the job. That leap of faith landed Amunga his very first broadcasting role. Pioneer co-presenter of the Sunday night show Njoo Tupeane Habari. The show later rebranded to Njoo Tujadili on the state broadcaster KBC.
Until one time he just came to me and told me, look, I have a proposal to start a Christian program on KBC radio.
He hosted it for 4 years. Then, in a full circle moment, he handed the mantle to someone he trusted completely, his own brother, Noah Amunga. But Amunga's journey was only getting started, because somewhere out there, executives at one of Kenya's largest media houses were about to hear something in his voice that would change everything again. Amunga's reputation from his KBC years did not go unnoticed. His deep, booming voice eventually caught the attention of Roll Media Services, the powers behind Citizen TV and Radio Citizen. They did not hire him to host a talk show. Rather, they wanted his voice permanently as the station's dedicated voiceover artist. Every heavy-hitting promo and transition, that became Amunga's job, including the line that would outlive every trend.
Radio Citizen, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli.
For nearly 20 years, Amunga has held this powerful behind-the-scenes role, heard by millions daily. But here is where the story takes its biggest twist. You have seen this man's face more times than you realize. And once we tell you where, you want to be able to unsee it. Abel Amunga is not just a voice. He is a veteran actor with a filmography most Kenyan performers will envy.
Don't you ever think I have forgotten the gutter from where you came?
He played the lead antagonist, the ruthless politician Jambo Kenya, in the acclaimed 2022 political drama Chaguo. He also starred in the 2025 faith-based film Faith Under Siege. He took on the role of Luke, also known as Mackenzie, in the long-running hit telenovela Selena.
Look, I want a divorce.
He was Mr. Baraza in Pink Ladies. In 2026, Abel Amunga stepped into a new role as Peter in House Number 9. Long before that, he was already cutting his teeth on classic Kenyan television, Tabasamu on Citizen TV, Siri, Mali, and Higher Learning, just to name a few. And then, there's the one credit almost nobody expects. Sense8, the famous series on Netflix. But even that isn't the final twist, because Amunga's talent stretched into one more world entirely, one tied to a name you almost certainly already know. Beyond radio and acting, Abel Amunga is also a gospel musician and songwriter. He is well known for his solo releases and classical hymn renditions like Adamu na Eva, Bwana huu sehemu yangu, and Niseme Nini. He has collaborated with Tanzanian gospel legend Rose Muhando on Nguvu ya Damu ya Yesu.
We call upon this blood on behalf of our nation.
And recorded na Kuhitaji alongside Liz Agutu. Interestingly, Abel Amunga is the father of Kenyan gospel musician Ruth Matete, the Tusker Project fame winner. He has been mentoring her since she was young, but his mentorship goes far beyond typical parenting. Amunga acted as a vocal coach, career strategist, spiritual guide, and most importantly, her emotional anchor. The veteran voiceover artist did not just raise a daughter. He deliberately shaped an artist and a resilient woman.
Walking in abundance, moving with the speed of the Holy Ghost. I am.
So next time that bass hits,
Radio Citizen, Chemi-Chemi ya Ukweli.
you will know exactly whose voice you are listening to. And if this story surprised you, you are probably wondering, who is the lady behind Safaricom's iconic voice?
The person you are calling cannot be reached. If you wish to leave a voice message, then please do so after the tone.
Click the video on the left to find out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.